What is going on, my rock stars? Welcome back to another video on Ricky's World. I'm Ricky, and I hopefully you guys are doing okay. Happy Halloween season. Hopefully everyone's getting ready to decorate, carving pumpkins, getting their costumes ready, and just enjoying, feeling the Halloween spirit. I just want to come back on here because every year I try to do scary animation videos for you guys, and it's something I love doing with you guys. It's something that I feel like this Halloween spirit, and it really just encouraged me to have fun during this Halloween season, especially because I have nieces and nephews that I could really spend it with, and my brother and his wife and the whole family. So I'm really excited to really really get started making these videos. I usually start doing this the first week of October, and I try to continue on doing these from October to November, and then try making some during November time. But I like doing this every year. It's just brings out the spirit for me, and I really enjoy doing these. If you're new to my channel, I'm Ricky. I make videos about DIYs, reactions, vlogs, and I live in Hawaii now, so it's a new easy way for you guys to see more videos of my trips when I do vlogs. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But anyways, let's get started this reaction video. Today's video, we're gonna be watching 3 disturbing children drawings, and I will leave the video in the description below, the link, so you guys can check that out without me in it. But we're gonna go ahead and get started on this video, rock stars. So let's get started on the first one. So let's get started.
I'm a well-known psychiatrist currently residing in Michigan. Though I do adult counseling sessions, my expertise lies in children's psychology. And this happened last year when I visited my sister's house in Louisville, Kentucky. She lived there with her husband and my 7-year-old niece, Emily.
Okay.
My brother-in-law works in the Navy, so it's mostly my sister and her daughter. Emily has always been a happy, energetic girl. Whenever I would visit, she would run to me and hang like a sloth around my neck, making all kinds of demands. But this time, I noticed something strange.
This is giving me point of view of me being an uncle with my nieces, but okay, let's not dig into that.
Sipping the hot coffee when Emily's school bus pulled over. I was getting ready to get showered with pampering and soft giggles of Emily when she walked in with her school bag. She seemed strangely quiet and pale. She didn't even notice me and went straight to her room.
Oh, wow.
What's wrong? Did you scold her? My sister answered no and began to cry. She told me how Emily had changed all of a sudden, that she always stays in her room, scribbling in her notebooks.
And she's 7.
With Emily's dad overseas, I don't know what to do. Jacob, can you help me?
I've never seen my sister break down like this before. She had always been the strongest one in our family. I assured her with a hug and that I'll look into the matter myself, that I'll talk to my niece. After dinner, I sat down with Emily in her room. I watched her take the life out of her black crayon to make never-ending circles on white paper. You sure love to draw, Em? She didn't look at me, just kept greasing the crayon more vigorously. I picked up a couple of her drawings to see what she scribbled. Unlike the usual vibrant chaos, this one particular drawing caught my attention. It was of a worn-out old house depicting a single barred window. By looking at the drawing, I got goosebumps. Is this the house next door, Em?
Yes.
When I asked my sister about this house, she said it had been abandoned for years and no one goes near it. That night, I woke up feeling thirsty and went to the kitchen to grab some water. While navigating to the kitchen, a faint whispering came to my ears. Curiosity tugged at me, so I followed the sound. It was coming from Emily's room. Pushing the door, I found Emily staring out her window and whispering creepily. I couldn't decipher what she was saying, but her small fingers went on making circles on the window glass. Her lips mumbled so fast that it seemed like my niece was possessed.
Oh, wow.
Taking a few steps closer, I placed a comforting hand on Emily's shoulder. In a quick motion.
Oh, shoot. No.
Her bright eyes were naked white. Her pupils rolled back up into her head. A terrifying smile stretched across her pale face. And then just as abruptly, she fell on the floor.
Oh, shit.
All of a sudden, she just fainted. My sister and I rushed to the nearest emergency
Dude,
room.
that kind of scared me a
At
little
the
bit.
hospital,
Like,
Emily
that...
was burning with
Oh,
fever,
wow.
her tiny body shivering. In her sleep, she just kept repeatedly saying,
I saw him. I saw him. The house. The house.
The abandoned house, Emily's drawings, her terrifying state, they all started to form a disturbing picture. Telling my sister to stay by Emily's side, I decided to take a look at the house next door. Something told me my answers would be there.
Like what? Oh my god, dude, like these...
A thick layer of cobwebs and dirt was covering the furniture, and any traces of life were lost. The air felt heavy, with the smell of decay. I walked to the room upstairs, the one with the barred window. I pushed open the door while dust rained over me from the ceiling.
There's somebody in there.
Moonlight shined through the window, illuminating
oh wow,
the
look
room
at the
just enough
drawing
for
she
me to
made.
see clearly. And that's when my heart stopped. A woman's lifeless, pale body was lying on the floor. I couldn't see her face, but her lifeless, bony hand stood evidence that she had been dead for quite some days.
Oh no.
I almost threw myself up and ran till I lost my breath. Once the
Deuces.
cops arrived at the scene, they told us that the woman's name was Janine, and she had been missing for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Her
no.
parents said that she had ran away with her boyfriend from a frat party.
Oh.
It unfolded that her boyfriend brought her to this abandoned house in a heavily intoxicated state. The guy must have tried to take advantage of her. When she said no, he silenced her for life. After Emily got a little bit better, the cops questioned her about this house, and my poor niece broke down crying.
She saw the incident.
Emily told the cops that she saw a man hurting a girl from her window a couple of days back.
I figure
Eventually, the cops
traced
traced Janine's boyfriend, and my niece shifted back to her normal, cheerful self in no time. Sometimes it scares me how secretive kids can be.
Yep.
But then again, as adults, we must listen to them.
On animation too.
Moving to Manhattan was supposed to be a fresh start for us. Julie, Timothy, and I were finally settled in our new flat, 21 floors up, with the cityscape sprawled beneath us. Life in the Big Apple was a dream come true, and we were thrilled about the future. Timothy was a shy kid. He didn't talk much, but his mom was stoked that he would become a great artist when he'd grow up. He'd spent hours scribbling in his new drawing book, mountains, waterfalls, giant dragons. Timmy had always been imaginative, but soon his artwork began to tell a different story. It started innocently enough. Timmy would draw scenes from our house, family dinners, game nights, etc., but there was always an additional figure in his sketches. A man with red eyes, a big belly, and a thick, unkempt beard. When we asked him about the strange figure, Timmy would simply say, "It's Angel. He lives under my bed."
Oh my god.
Julie and I brushed it off as an imaginary friend.
So funny story, my nieces and nephews, they don't have like little like gaps like of the bed, like, you know, like the beds can lift up. Theirs is just like, so like this is something that doesn't worry me, but oh my god, thank god.
Phase he would outgrow.
Oh my god, dude, this is like,
but one evening, Julie brought me his drawing book, and it sent a shiver down my spine. It depicted our bedroom, with Julie and me asleep, and the same red-eyed figure standing over us, watching. Julie tried to laugh it off, saying,
"Kids and their imaginations, right?"
But the unease had already settled deep within me. Soon, Timmy's drawings grew more disturbing. One showed me working on my laptop late in the night, with the angel peeking from behind the door. Another captured Julie in the shower with the angel peeping through the crack in the door. I blamed Timmy's vivid imagination, but Julie pointed out that even the color of her shampoo bottle was the same.
That's a whole different thing right there.
I sat Timmy down one afternoon, holding one of the drawings. "Timmy, where do you see Angel? Is he really under your bed?" "Yes, Daddy. He says he likes our home." That night, I checked under his bed thoroughly, flashlight in hand. Nothing. I even checked the closets, behind the curtains, every conceivable hiding spot. I was met with nothing but empty spaces and shadows. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling.
I think it's probably like a homeless guy who was living in the house before they got there, or somebody else.
Of being watched. Then, one dreadful morning, our world shattered. Julie and I woke up to find Timmy's bed empty. Panic surged through us as we tore through the apartment, calling his name.
No.
The windows were shut tight. We were on the 21st floor, so he couldn't have climbed out. The main door was locked from the inside, and he couldn't yet reach the latch. Then where did our son vanish? We called the police immediately. As they arrived, they began a thorough search, combing through every inch of our flat. Julie was in tears. The officers searched, questioned, and hypothesized, but there was no sign of our son. One of the officers, named Detective Harper, took particular interest in Timmy's drawings. He studied each one carefully. "This Angel, your son mentioned him to you?" "Yes, he said that Angel lived under his bed. We thought it was just a figment of his imagination." Harper's expression turned grim. "We need to take a closer look at the bed." The officers pulled the bed out and started removing the wallpaper, which suddenly revealed a small, false space behind it. My heart pounded as they pulled back the wooden slats, revealing a narrow cavity leading into the darkness. Harper's flashlight beam revealed a shocking sight. It was connected to our neighbor's apartment. They burst into the neighbor's flat, a certain Mr. DeSantos, and there, in a cramped, dimly lit room, was Timmy. He was sitting on the floor, nibbling on a slice of cheesecake, looking dazed but unharmed. Beside him, a man who fit Timmy's drawings perfectly. Big belly, unkempt beard, and bloodshot eyes stared blankly at us. "DeSantos, you're under arrest!" DeSantos didn't resist. He just smiled, a sickening, knowing smile that made my skin crawl. As the officers led him away, I gathered Timmy in my arms, trembling with relief and horror. Later, we learned the full story. DeSantos had been sneaking into our apartment at night through the hidden passage. He had befriended Timmy, feeding him cheesecakes and earning him trust. He got a kick out of watching us to fulfill some sadistic, voyeuristic tendencies. I filled me with rage to imagine that he was secretly watching my wife bathing. God knows what all he had seen, completely shattering any privacy that we thought we had. Police informed us that he had already had a previous arrest 4 years ago and had recovered multiple recordings of him filming the tenants who used to occupy our house.
Wow.
It was assumed at the time that the man had broken into the flat, but no one had any clue that he had a secret space to enter our flat. We also learned his first name.
So it's just like this. If this was actually me, that's the part when I start, going everywhere. I will start going crazy. This was to happen to me. This is like something off the top for me. Our household, we live in a neighborhood, so we don't have things like this, But I'm glad this is just nah. The moment I see my niece and nephews drawing stuff like that, we're gonna go investigate them. This is not normal for them. But we're all not gonna start our scary animation story 3 right now. So here we go. Not a chance.
We were a normal, happy family. My wife Linda and I, along with our daughter Anna, lived in a quaint 2-story house in the suburbs. Everything seemed perfect on the surface level until the day Anna's teacher, Mrs. White, assigned a harmless project that changed our lives forever. Anna had always loved drawing, and her colorful creations adorned our refrigerator door like medals. One day, when Mrs. White gave the assignment to her students, the topic, our happy family, I expected...
there's the part they start drawing someone weird in the family, someone wearing all black.
Mrs. White called us in for a meeting urgently.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, wow. Yep.
I wanted to discuss Anna's recent drawings.
I glanced at the paper she handed us. It was a typical family portrait, but with an unsettling addition.
You ever seen The Ring?
In the background was a hooded figure, barely visible, but undeniably present.
Who is that supposed to be? Anna calls it the visitor. She says it comes at night.
We exchanged uneasy glances, but shrugged it off as a product of an active imagination. Anna was only 7 after all. I didn't believe in spirits, but I started to keep a track of her drawings. Over the next few days, they became more disturbing. The hooded figure started appearing in almost every image, inching closer to our family. Sometimes it loomed behind us at dinner. Other times it stood at the foot of Anna's bed. Each new drawing tightened the knot of fear in my stomach. Concerned, we talked to Anna. "Sweetie, who is this visitor you keep drawing?"
He comes at night, Daddy.
Oh my
He
god.
says he likes to watch us.
Her
Boy.
innocent tone sent chills down my spine. I tried to dismiss it, but Linda couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. One night, we heard noises coming from Anna's room.
Dude.
We found her sleepwalking in her room while
Oh
she
my
sang a
God.
rhyme, clutching the fresh drawing in her hands. It showed the visitor standing right next to her bed. As I looked at the place, suddenly the lights in the room started flickering. That was the last straw. Linda pulled her out, and the very next day I installed cameras in her room, hoping to catch any signs of what was disturbing our daughter. The next afternoon, Linda showed me the drawing. The visitor was wearing a ring with a big red ruby in it. Coincidentally, Linda's ruby ring had been missing for a few days.
It's a robber.
For 2 nights,
Somebody's
we saw nothing
sneaking in.
unusual. Then, as we reviewed the footage on the 3rd one, our blood ran
Dude.
cold. The camera became grainy. We suddenly saw Anna's bed cover slowly lift and settle back down as if someone was tucking her in. Then the room seemed to have grown cold because we could see Anna's breath in the air like a mist. It was impossible because we were in summers. Then,
So it's a ghost.
finally, the
Oh my
cloaked
God.
figure appeared, standing by
Boy.
Anna's bed. It was translucent, almost invisible, but it kept oscillating front and back while standing
As you look
in
at the
its
camera.
place,
Look at the
as if watching her. And then, it suddenly looked towards the camera before instantly vanishing. Linda used to visit our community church on Sundays, so she showed the footage to the pastor, desperate for any help. What he told us was chilling. The man who lived there before us, Harold Grayson, was a mentally disturbed man who believed that he was the key to a battle between the angels and demons. He was infamously spotted in a gray hooded robe buying odd items from local community stores, which he used for some rituals. One day, he was caught loading lots of cans of gasoline behind his truck. When the police inquired, he said that he had to burn the church down because the devil lurks there. Police broke into his house and found that he was performing rituals and storing dead animals in his refrigerator.
Oh my god.
Which he planned to burn with the church to cleanse the place of spirits. He was arrested and later put in a mental institution, and no one had seen him since. Linda and I packed our bags and decided to move away immediately.
I would do the same shit.
We decided to stay with relatives until we could sell the house.
Yes.
Before leaving, I saw that Anna kept looking back towards her bedroom.
Don't tell me.
So I asked her what it was. "Anna, do you still see him?" Anna nodded, her eyes teary.
He says he has returned your belongings.
I rushed my family out towards the car without stopping to look back at the house. Strangely, as soon as I put my hand in my pant pocket to pull out the car keys, I found Linda's ruby ring there. My eyes were wide in shock. I looked back towards the house.
I saw.
The light in Anna's room
Oh my God.
suddenly lit up for a few seconds before turning off again. We never returned to that place.
Oh my god. Okay, so we just finished all 3 of these scary children drawings, animation stories, and honestly, if I may, my nieces and nephews, they sometimes just color, like in their coloring books, you know. The only time that I only like draw is only whenever I take my little niece to her school, because in the morning she likes to draw, so I'm the one who always like draws her like a heart or like a fish, and I draw her like a pumpkin. So like I'm the one who does the drawing for her, and I tell her to color it. So I don't always see her like draw like stick figures like that. So that's something like I'm not, you know, worried about. You know, the older ones, they know how to just draw like in their coloring books. They don't usually like color stuff like that. So that's something that I'm okay with. Now, the point where they start saying that they have imaginary friends or they start talking gibberish, whatever, I'm out. Nope. I'm not, no. I'm Mexican. I don't got time for that. But this was really like, gave me little chills, gave me a little heart, you know. Just giving me like a little spirit of Halloween already. You know, sometimes whenever like I watch these, I really get like a little journey of like watching these, and I like it. You know, I'm not a big fan of like scary stuff. You know, I think like the only thing I only watched recently was movie Signs. It's about like the aliens who go mysteriously on the farmers' crops. So that's something that I've recently watched. So it's giving me like a little like Halloween vibes right at the moment. But I really hope you rockstars enjoyed this video. More to come. More special guests are gonna be coming and joining me for these reaction videos throughout the whole week till Halloween. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you're new to it. Comment down what kind of videos you guys want to see next on my channel. I'm always open to do like new certain things, so I'm really open to do whatever. Anyways, rockstars, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much. If you guys watched through if you guys watched out through the whole video, I hope you guys liked it. Go ahead and look on their description below for new things, and you know, I'll see you guys next time on Ricky's World. Keep calm and be kind, be nice, and be respectful.